Hey, welcome to the Modders Inc. podcast number 29 for February 2015. And for those of you who are in the know, you can now get your Modders Inc. podcast at moddersinc.com off of our website directly. So that's pretty exciting. We're kind of our own little streaming station. Today we have Ron hanging out in the big old white north of Canada.
Hello.
We've got Joe, our favorite mute, who is
dropped off.
dropped off.
Bye-bye, Joe.
We've got Tom on the 1 frame per second camera.
Yep.
That was me last week. Dewayne,
Yes, here I am.
the great. Where are you? Arizona, Nevada?
Yeah, I'm in
Arizona.
the frigid, Arizona, where it's right now. I think maybe 67, 68 degrees with, slightly overcast and all the sunshine that we can handle. So sorry, suck it.
You're killing me. You're killing me. And this is Craig. I am here in North Texas, where we can't seem to make up our mind what kind of weather we want. It's really crazy. So with that, let's go ahead and step on into the podcast and some stuff that we can hopefully tweak your interest with and inspire you to do great things. Dewayne
What?
had a big announcement this last week. You want to expound on that, Dewayne?
Yeah, so I think everybody's kind of heard in the past that we were kind of talking about what we wanted to do for QuakeCon and ideas and stuff. And, well, we decided that we're finally going to make it happen. So we have actually changed the name of the case mining contest. That's going to be at QuakeCon. We actually changed it to present to everyone.
Oh.
Yes, it's going to be the U.S. Case Modding Championship. This is going to be the first year for it. We talked about doing it last year with QuakeCon people. They were all up to about doing it, but I wanted to make sure that we got at least one more year underneath our belt. We make it our third year last year, and it went really smooth last year. So this year we decided to go ahead and just change the name, and this is the way it's going to be. So it's going to be the first time, I'm pretty sure, ever in the United States that we've had a championship. There's always been little, competitions here, little competitions there, but we're going to try and make this the United States Case Modding Championship. And we are in the process of working with sponsors. NVIDIA's already showing a lot of interest in it. They want to make sure if we do any other kind of contests that they get the video rights to everything. So hopefully we can bring them in and have them part of it. And we're digging up some other big sponsorships. But this is going to be it, guys. You have to be part of this. If you can't join it, at least you can come in and be there. I'm trying to talk with some other guys, some of the top modders around, even if they don't want to participate, to at least hopefully show up. And there's a lot of other things that I'm pushing towards for QuakeCon to try to be able to do. I want to do some, like we did before, Craig, like a workshop or maybe a place where we can all go and talk and people can talk to the modders, and really
awesome.
want to try and step this up another notch. So
Right,
we're really doing something with this, guys. We're not just talking about it. We're going to make it happen.
That's awesome. For those who were there, can remember the very special moment that we had when we had that modding talk, that symposium, that lecture. I mean, everybody was hungry for the knowledge. It was really cool. It was I'm honored to have been a part of that. That was a lot of fun, and would love to do that again.
Yeah, a lot of the other guys have already expressed interest in doing it. I mean, if we don't do a workshop, even just a board, where they can people come in and do, ask questions and stuff about it, which I think would be a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Even if we just do it in a smaller little maybe boardroom or ballroom somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I know we'd get a lot of people, because we've asked people every year we go there. People ask, when are you guys going to do that again? When are you guys going to do that again?
Exactly.
So there is interest.
Okay, so I don't know what I can or cannot ask questions about, so just flag me, say we're working on it, or let me know if you've got an answer for this one.
We are working on it.
We are working on it. Okay, so the U.S. case modding contest, we've already got it pinned down as QuakeCon. Is QuakeCon going to be like the end of the season where everybody comes together and a U.S. champion is crowned, or how is that going to work?
It would be nice to be able to do that. I'd like to be able to have maybe smaller events across the United States. Maybe get with places like like PDX, they do it a couple times a year. Some other places that maybe do that, or even get with Intel because they do the Intel LAN Fest.
That's right.
And CPU Magazine goes to a lot of these events, and they crown winners at those areas. Mm-hmm. So the long term would be, yes, that's where it would be probably most beneficial to get it out there. But first time year, probably even the second time year, I'm going to say that it's going to be who shows up, and we're going to do it that way. Right. I think once the word gets out, I mean, last year we've all seen it. That the first year it was okay, it was good, and then the next year we had like 10 or 15 more, and then we had more, and we had more. So I think once we get this out there, and if we can get a couple of those guys that everybody wants to, like I said, I even told these guys that a lot of these people would like to see you bring out a mod. A lot of these people would like to even just see or talk to you because they get to see you on the internet. You do your YouTubes, or you get to see pictures or what they've done. But a lot of these people just have so many questions they want to ask, or just to say, hey, I met this guy, Right. They don't realize it, but they're kind of like celebrities.
Yep.
So I mean, the overall is hopefully at some point in time to make it that there would be smaller events that they could qualify to make it this one. But definitely, I think the first one, probably 2 years, is going to be just a gathering, and then go from there.
We're going to build it. You have to start somewhere, so you build it from one point, and you bring it up. Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Is the audio working now?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Joe.
Okay, so looks like the Microsoft update is not friendly with that board. This is the second time it's done it, and it's always been right after a Microsoft update. So, nice. Sorry, but where are we at?
We were just talking about QuakeCon and the U.S. Modding contest, the case modding, that Dewayne has so boldly announced, and that we are going to rally behind and make happen, and hopefully push out the support for a U.S. case modding championship, and get other lands to join in and work and function as a team, and turn it into a great qualifying, and bring everybody together for some awesome mods.
Let it out. Let it out.
Excuse me. Money. Okay. So since we're talking about QuakeCon, this year is a magical year for QuakeCon. It is the 20th anniversary of QuakeCon, and it's probably primed to be a pretty blowout event. They just announced registration, and the first round, they actually do their registration in rounds, which is pretty interesting. They actually have 4 rounds of registration. The first round actually starts on March the 4th. And I think Joe said he was going to buy one of those first round packages.
After I stole a kidney.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be that much, is it? How much is it?
500 simoleons.
Holy smokes. So you get a personal assistant and everything else, or what do you get with that?
You get...
Oh, command center seating right in the middle.
Yeah, you get
to be at the knock.
Yeah,
you get to plug directly into the knock.
Into the knock?
Yeah,
yep.
The core switch.
Holy smokes! So you get like a direct line. I mean, that's like mainlining, right?
Yeah. Get a whole bunch of T-shirts, a power pack. Apparently, there's a T-shirt I think that you can design. I think you get like what they called QuakeCon done quick, which is where you get like first front line access to all of the breakout sessions and stuff like that. You can get through the door first, and priority seating and all that stuff.
I think it's limited to only 32, so better get going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah, and then on.
I will bet you that they will sell out.
You know what? I, as much as I hate to say it, you're right. They will. There's enough people out there with egos that need to have those seats and more cash than they know what to do with.
I wish I was those people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
I mean, it is pretty cool though. I mean, you actually get to be at the NOC, which is the main hub. You know.
Mhm. And I'll tell you what, you're not going to have a safer seat than right there.
No.
You can have $high equipment there, and it's not going anywhere.
And you get what is it? What else? Oh, you also get a power pack, a 4400 mega.
400 milliamp.
Battery. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
It's like an external charging battery for your iPhone or something like that.
So you can keep your iPhone alive for an entire day instead of just 2 hours.
Yeah, that's March 4th though. That's the first round. So that's probably from when this gets aired, like tomorrow or something. That's like a week away.
Mm-hmm. And then round 2 starts on March the 11th, and that has a lower priced package. Dwayne, can you tell me how much that is?
Yeah, that package is starting off at $175.
You still get the power pack. You don't get QuakeCon done quick or the seat to the NOC.
Right. So you get the shirt, you get the BYO shirt, you get the lanyard.
You get your seat of your own choice, though.
Yeah.
Anywhere but the NOC.
I get the express fast pass and the fast pass to every panel and registration. So that's a good one too. Actually, that's pretty nice to have that fast pass, because when you have the line when everybody wants to go and see all the presentations, and you've got 400 people standing in one line, you get to go over to the specialty door where there's like 4 or 5 people, and you get to go in first, and you get in usually in the front, first 2 rows.
Yep.
Does that apply to the food court?
No, that would be good.
You know what? I bet if they put access to the press buffet, they could probably sell it for $600.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even $750. Who knows?
I didn't even get to enjoy the VIP last time. It was amazing. I saw the spread, but I didn't. I wasn't able to stick around because I had to get my flight.
Yeah, make sure you book your flight right this time.
Oh yeah, I plan to enjoy it thoroughly this year.
Good.
I didn't know what to expect, so bringing in a lot of cash for souvenirs as well.
Excellent. That's Ron.
Find all that,
That's our favorite Canuck.
all that Bethesda, that id.
Yeah. That stuff taken back.
Memorabilia.
Yeah. March the 18th starts round 3 of the registration for QuakeCon, and that's a different package as well. That one is
$170, $5 less.
Oh, it comes with a hoodie.
Does it come with a
It
hoodie?
does, doesn't it?
Yeah, two T-shirts. Well, actually, 4 T-shirts and a hoodie.
Oh,
Fair warning, you will need a hoodie for the event or a blanket.
they chill that BYOC.
They have to, otherwise the BO just gets out of control.
That's what the BO stands for.
It doesn't manifest.
Didn't like a couple of years ago or something they started like handing out bars of soap or something?
Well, they weren't handing them out; they were throwing them at people.
Oh yeah.
There's about a 7-foot sign that talks about con etiquette, and one of them,
Yep.
the first one is please take a shower. Please do not stay in the BYOC for the entire event.
Yes. Well, it was. Oof. Yeah, there for a couple of years, it was downright gamey. Ish.
Was it like 2 years ago they got on to people about vaping because there was just this cloud of vape smoke just like billowing?
I don't remember. Don't remember. Been
It
to
smelled
all
like
of them.
waffles.
Don't remember. Oh. Okay, and then round 4, which starts on March the 25th, is the baseline registration package. I think that one's $55. Is that right?
Yes, $55.
Yeah, you get a couple T-shirts and a seat in the BYOC and anything else. A
Shirts
lanyard.
are actually pretty cool.
The T-shirts are pretty cool. assuming that they fit. Yeah, I don't need to see any of Joe's belly meat.
It's all love.
It's all.
Love and Taco
all right.
Bell.
Hey, mine always look like they went through the hot water wash and came out, and it's like, oh no. Hand it off to my daughter, hand it off to my son. They get so many T-shirts that way.
I very rarely wear any anymore. I think I got 2 last year, so I wear one, and then I hang the other ones up. So I kind of got a collection, I guess.
Dwayne, did you just power up?
Yes, I did. Sorry, it's the.
Okay, so basically what we're looking at is all throughout the month of March, if you are interested in going to QuakeCon, have the dates marked on your calendar for which packages that you're wanting to register for, how much money you're willing to spend, what you're wanting to do at QuakeCon.
Oh, wait a minute. We missed it. We missed a round. There's a round 5, guys. I am sorry.
There's a round 5?
There is a round 5. I missed this one. I've got it up on the screen now.
Nope, still
Wasn't
isn't
there.
here.
Present to everybody. There you go.
Swag card.
Oh, there we are.
Yep.
Round 5.
Oh yeah, that doesn't include a seat.
Oh, yeah, that's just the swag pack.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Now keep in mind that
yeah.
try to be at someone's
I wonder
house.
if you can get this sent to you, though. I wonder if you have to be there to get it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because if it's like last year, if you signed up for a seat and you got the T-shirts, you had to be there. They wouldn't mail them to you. You had to be there to actually pick up your shirts.
Right. Well, I guess it does make it kind of exclusive then. You know, you have to be there to get your shirt.
Yep.
So that
Or
makes
to
sense.
see a preview of the new Doom. The tickets do go very fast. I mean, if you're going to try to get one, be prepared to refresh your page a few times. Make sure you register ahead of time. And they don't exactly put this on the page, but you can sit there for 10 minutes like I did the first year I registered and realize that you're not on the right page. But real pages, like it's registration.quakecon.com, I believe.
QuakeCon.org.
.org. Sorry. But yeah, if you go to that one, it'll if you just go to the main page, you'll just sit there and you may not get a seat. It wasn't as busy that year for me, but make sure you go to the registration page. Otherwise, you may not get a seat. They sell fast. I think they sold out within 20 minutes last year.
Yeah, and there will not be any free seating. There is no free seating. There is no first come, first serve. It's either register or don't go into the BYOC. That's the way it works now. It used to be that they had some free seating, they had all free seating, and now it's a pay land. So if you want to attend,
Before is weird, is because once they started to go pay, they started filling up.
exactly, because
Every
you
year it's been
have
more,
built-in exclusivity to it. You create a desired product by doing that.
Yep.
You don't have people saying, "Yeah, I'm going to go," and then not show.
Yep. You are correct.
Plus, who wants to play with poor people? Am I right? Sorry.
Oh, gee.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Oh.
That's Ron at Modders Inc.
Oh, are you kidding, Dwayne? They don't have internet.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Those poor people just can't watch the show. They didn't have internet.
Yeah. Wow.
They've got ObamaNet.
Oh, okay. So moving on to another LAN that just got finished happening. PDXLAN just wrapped up, and from the pictures that I saw, it looked like they had some really nice cases up there. Some really nice case mods came out and represented up at PDXLAN. Did any of you guys get to go?
That's Brian Carter updated his speed mod, Cosmos Cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can see the build log right in our forums there, from its inception all the way to the latest incarnation there you got. that fully fabricated. It just looks sick.
Do we have another picture of the other side with all the chrome rods in it?
Well, that entire mid panel is nothing but formed fiberglass.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Golly.
The photo courtesy of Heath Coop of Pro Clockers. Thanks to him for agreeing for us to share the photos, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we didn't get to go this time, which probably one of us should have, but we didn't. I didn't realize there was going to be all these guys up there. There was actually quite a few modders that showed up this time. Last time I was up there, it was kind of the same guys, but I guess this time turned out to be the one to go to this year.
I blame Tom. It's his backyard.
Yeah, Tom.
July's already sold out.
That was piss poor planning on my part.
Let's hear it for refreshing honesty.
Yeah, and I think Matt said the summer one has already sold out for them.
Yeah, yeah, it's done.
I mean, if somebody wants to start their own land or do a land, maybe like in the Midwest or maybe on the East Coast or something, they need to come out and they need to go to PDX to see how Matt runs it. Matt's been doing it for many years now. I think this is going to be, next one's going to be, what, 26? They've got it down. They've always got something to do. I mean,
there's 2 a year, right? Wow.
Yeah, 2, and then he does vector lands, which is just like lands that they get together for a couple of people, maybe like 50 or 100, just to have fun and play games. They don't even do any of the crazy stuff that they do there. But they do games all night long and during the times. I mean, you don't have to be playing all the time. You walk around, you talk with people. I mean, it's really kind of the ideal one that everybody should probably strive to try and do in their area. Not everybody is going to go, 2,000 miles to PDXLAN. Some do, but it's really, if you're planning on doing it, you should try and make it and get some examples. And I know Matt would probably be more than willing to give you a few pointers of how he's done it and how he's succeeded in it.
And there's also the alien mod, right?
Yes.
Wow.
He did that one pretty quickly too.
Yeah, I think I only started seeing his stuff like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, it's done already. I don't know if it's Facebook not refreshing properly, or I haven't been much on Facebook lately, but this is a quick refresher for the guys who are not so familiar with modding. Ron Lee Christensen, the author of this one, he also did the Biohazard Resident Evil mod and a couple other ones.
He was on Mod 24 as well.
On 24 from Blue Horse Tech. And the previous one, Brian Carter, Boddicker. Is that how I pronounce it?
Yeah.
Also, he did that Tron Light Cycle. That's probably his most popular one lately. Was it?
I think everybody is.
He has a lot. I've been following him since forever.
Yeah.
Sided? Or was it?
And they're like amazing, different designs too. That plane he did, I think, for his dad. It's like 7 years ago. That was just brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah, the vacuum formed plane. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done a lot of them.
Let's just take a moment to admire.
Yeah.
And what's this one? Is this somebody getting a heart transplant?
It almost seems like I know it's hard to come up with the original mod all the time, but we saw one like this at QuakeCon, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this one looks like they robbed an ambulance and put it in by mistake.
It almost looks like Dead Space themed by the front panel. Kind of looks like the vents on the mask for Isaac.
Yeah, looks like is it a scratch build case?
I believe it is.
It looks like a wood. It's hard to tell with the compressed Facebook image, but it does look like it's scratched from wood. And with the sides.
I've seen the video. The heart does move. It does pulse.
Undulates.
Is liquid passing through the heart itself, or is it a separate cosmetic, a separate valve? Or
I think so, because it looks like it's hooked into the GPU.
Could be. I'm not really sure.
yeah, it looks like it hooked to the GPU. Yeah.
Wow.
And then BS-mods, they had the same one. They had this one here at CES.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty sexy. Did they add that window? I think the window wasn't there when we were CES. The bottom window, but the top was exposed like that. It was really
Yeah,
it
no,
was
the
a really
window.
nice setup for the video card showcase.
Yeah, the window was there. There's actually a piece of plexiglass over the top of this one now.
Oh yeah, it was exposed last time.
Yeah, it was exposed, so I think they added that to maybe keep prying fingers out of it at the show.
Yeah, it's gonna be the LAN. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody go, oh look, oh look. But yeah, that was, and that's again, it's BS mods. I mean, those guys just the paint jobs are just spectacular.
Is the Inferno that was also on the Thermaltake suite?
Yes.
Is that one of the new X series cases?
Yeah. X9, I think. Was it X9?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a quadrant at the bottom. It has to be.
Oh, Brimstone rather, Inferno. Sorry, different helm theme name.
It still represents the same place. So.
Yeah. Yeah, those nice custom feet in there. That also glow. I think they pulsate.
Yeah, because I don't think you see it any. Let's see if there's one more picture. That's the inside, and I thought there was another one where he had rocks in the front where it was supposed to be like lava. There again is Brian's. So I think we're back at the same ones. But yeah, that was on Heath's actually Facebook page. So his pictures. So if you want to go see some of those, just look up Heath Coop. You can see it up here on the top.
What's cool in the Alien one is the liquid actually goes into some of the eggs on the bottom. The facehugger eggs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll have to find where the shots were at, but one of the bottom tubes leads straight down into one of the eggs and has that green acid blood coolant glow to it.
Now he also did the figurine of the alien and the facehugger, right? I mean, he made those from scratch.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's
he also did all the egg well. So he did the facehugger, the alien, and the eggs.
Wow.
And then of course he airbrushed all those, which tends to be his signature, is his airbrushing.
Oops. Showing you my best corner. No, there's some beautiful work that came out of PDX. So that was, I mean, top notch, guys. Top notch. I applaud you, all you guys that showed up there bringing the heat. So that was from the pictures. It was beautiful. One of these days, hopefully, I'll be able to make it up there from the deep south, coming up there to the Pacific Northwest. But I tend to screw things up when I get up there. I usually bring the rain with me for some odd reason. I don't know why. I think it's that Texas.
What do you mean bring the rain with you? It's in Portland. It's already got rain. That's all they got is rain.
Yeah, I know.
They would probably enjoy it if you brought the sunshine with you.
Hey, the sunshine was all week this week. Actually, for the last little while. It's been nice, but it's raining now.
I can tell you where the rain ended up. It ended up down here.
I just need enough sunshine just so I can take down my Christmas decorations finally.
Are you serious?
It's February now, and usually there's like at least a day of like above zero. But there hasn't been an above zero temperature since Christmas.
Come on, Ron. We want to see you on top of your house below zero with a little bit of snow up there, and make sure somebody's got a camera ready.
I need these fingers for modding.
Well, don't land on them.
Fingers for modding. I haven't modded yet, so I can't expose it to the elements.
Well,
I gotta wear.
Why don't you just leave it open if it's Christmas all year round?
Yeah, that's pretty much the plan now. I'm forced to do it.
Well, if you start to slide off the roof, just lead with your face because you have a face for radio.
For podcasts.
I don't know. Yeah, my video camera is shaking every time you come into focus on the chat.
It's a surprise. It's
Is that allowed?
no
I'm
shock
sorry.
how beautiful I am, I guess.
Well, I'm waiting for all the poor people to come into Canada and beat you up after the earlier comments. Where's Ron? He's underneath all those hobos over there with laptops.
Before reaching me.
That's not nice, Craig. I've scented hobos that smell better than some of the attendees.
Aha. Yes, I would agree with that. Well, okay, we're going to move into a rather tenuous and untested, uncharted water right now for our podcast, and we're going to have story time with Joe. We're going to see if Joe can relay one of his more vivid and potentially family-friendly stories, because he is so entertaining whenever we're off camera. So we're going to try and give him a focus point right here and see if he can tell us one of his great stories. It could be very engaging or possibly very gluey. There we go. I think we've got something right there. Joe?
There's a lot of stories involving super glue. If not me super gluing my mouth shut on accident while talking to Mike Vandenberger, or having a tube of super glue bust in my pants and super gluing my shorts to myself. No, my recent unexpected issue of super glue was me knocking the container off the table with the cap off. It's spilling onto my hand, my pants, my foot, and getting me deciding to catch the super glue container in my hand, getting it stuck to my thumb, and not paying attention while my foot got really hot and super glued my foot to the ground. And that's why the cap is on. Why do I use so much super glue? You have to make paracord rigid. I don't even know how I spilled it. Like, it was ridiculous. It's never been that fluid, and then the time I spill it over, it's just like a waterfall of super glue seeping out. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah.
So why do you use so much super glue?
So whenever I'm making double wires for paracord, since paracord doesn't have any rigidity to it, you super glue in between the splice so the heat shrink actually can grip onto something. Usually I'm making, because I hate double wire so much, like most sleevers, I try to do them all at once. Not paying attention to super glue, it attacks.
It attacks. It is a sentient being in Joe's hands.
If I found something else other than super glue, I'd totally use it.
Don't you have interns for that?
No. I don't feel like paying them, also, except, like, pudding pops.
Oh, my.
I work with a bunch of safety environmental people, so I try not to paint a bigger red target on me than there already is.
Yeah, definitely. You'd be a poster boy for super glue.
That could be a sponsor.
Yeah, don't do this. It's the don't do this one.
So I could see
safety video, yeah.
Yeah, some sort of 30-second PSA announcement. Mods by Joe.
What you need to do is make sure that you make up a how-to article for the website of how to unstick yourself from multiple items.
I had to use a heat gun on my foot to get my foot off the ground. That was the sad part. A mixture of a heat gun and tech-grade alcohol that was luckily in reach.
Oh. Where's Joe? He's walking in circles.
It was just stuck. I mean, my super glue gets really hot in large doses. I learned that.
In large doses. I don't think anyone has ever put that stuff together.
I'm picturing that. You remember the old Crazy Glue ads where they had the construction worker with the hard hat that was stuck to the bottom of the I-beam? I'm picturing Joe's foot stuck to the bottom of the I-beam and him hanging off of it.
Oh, man.
See, I was never this danger prone in chemistry. That's the bad thing. And I was messing with, like, thermite and all sorts of caustic materials. Never had any accidents. Super glue, though? No.
Lulls you into a false sense of security. See all that liquid goodness and you're thinking, oh, it's just water. What harm could come from that?
Well, that's what happens whenever you stick the cap in your mouth. You forget and you stick the wrong end in.
And you super glue your mouth shut.
I thought it was Mexican candy. This also can cause cancer.
Oh, good to know. Of course, who's going to really ingest super glue? Joe.
I didn't mean to. Worse things have happened. Man.
This is taken off of Joe's Facebook page. No.
Oh my, too funny.
Is that a Ford?
Yeah, it's a fork. Let's see, a pen, a fork, a cigar. Might be a condom.
Yeah.
That's what that looked like. That or the cap of deodorant things. I don't think he's that lucky. I mean, I have a story that will make Craig cringe, but I'll save that one for later. And he knows what it is.
Save that for next time.
Yeah. Let's not.
What do you
Show
guys
all your
heard out
goodies.
in the hardware world? Anything out there that you guys want to talk about?
Well, NVIDIA did release the press release over the 3.5 gigs. They admitted to fault. This came shortly after a bunch of people basically conning Amazon and Newegg out of like 20 to 15% of what they spent on the card. The issue's been going on for months, and now people that are buying the cards don't do this. I do not think they're honoring this anymore, which is good on them. But people would buy the 970. They would use it for a day or two, then complain to Amazon, this isn't what was advertised, it's not 4 gigs, I want my money. Amazon, being a great company, was like, okay, sure enough, they refunded them money. I think this has stopped after the statement from Jensen, the CEO of NVIDIA.
I think in Europe, though, because they have a lot more stricter policies there in terms of what you can advertise and what you can deliver, where there people are actually, the law is on the side of the people there with the even though it's only like 512 megabyte difference with the memory, and it's not really the. I mean, I've expressed my opinion last week a little bit, but again, this is not exactly the first time that NVIDIA did it, but it's not really that. I think it's not really a big deal, but also I think a lot of people are overreacting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of NVIDIA has done this before. With the 660 Ti, they have asymmetric design, but now they do it with a lot more precise with the ROP count. They can manipulate that now. But the reaction of some people are well, in one way some of them are overreacting, but in some way I can understand that some people are disappointed because it was marketed as a 4 gigabyte frame buffer and future-proof, like the 980 for 4K, and that was I think that was where a lot of people kind of were disappointed with that because they're promoting it as a 4K ready card.
Right. That's what I had heard, was that this particular 512 meg issue doesn't even really come into play until you actually hit like 4K resolutions. Is
Yeah.
that what you-
Which how much of the market actually uses 4K?
Yeah, but the difference is they made the claim though, because I mean, eventually, if you buy this card, then you can use it for two years down the road. You still expect to be able to play it since they promised it to you 2 years ago. But
Yeah. Well, remember the same thing, and I don't know, maybe people not even listening, not even old enough to remember CTRs. And they used to say like, okay, it's a 24-inch CTR.
I mean CRTs?
CRT?
Yeah, CRT, sorry. But they had, remember, it was like a half-inch or something behind the bezel, but they were still counting that as part of the screen,
Yeah.
and then they had to change the way they were advertising it. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
hard
I mean,
drives. Even
at the
hard
end
drives
of the
nowadays,
day-
they can't even say that it's a full hard drive. They have to tell you that it's so many,
Yeah.
because it's not, because part of it you can't use because it has to have it for the system. Bullshit.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're a company. They're trying to sell product, so I don't fault them like to a certain degree about that. What I was more disappointed was a lot of the media people who kind of should have seen it coming or should have called on it earlier. And there's only like one. Hardware Connects was the only one who actually apologized that they should have caught it. I mean, what, and all the other most of the other tech sites were just making excuses before even NVIDIA released their statement. Just kind of weird, you know. You're supposed to be an impartial media, and you have the capability to do it. You have the high-end hardware to test it, and you didn't catch it. That didn't sit well with me. I don't want to completely excuse NVIDIA, but I understand because that they're a company, and Jensen's statement was basically half speaking to investors and just half placating what was there. But it is a public company, so it is going to be a statement for the investors as much as it is for the consumers.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I mean, I didn't. Truthfully, I didn't follow it too much because I thought it was kind of being blown out of proportion. But I mean, they didn't actually come out and admit that they did it on purpose, right? I mean, it was just the way it was, the architectural.
They said it was a miscommunication with the PR people, that they didn't tell their PR guys that it wasn't completely 4 gigabyte, about the certain details about the thing that they didn't disclose.
Oh.
So that was their claim.
Okay.
It was understandable. I can understand that. Like,
yeah, but you know what? It's probably to me it almost sounds like it's a makeup. You know, okay. It'd be better to just say, yeah, we made a mistake. We're sorry, we did that. But it could be something maybe they didn't know about that happened. You know, I mean, maybe during their R&D they didn't catch it and somebody else did.
They knew what they did. It's just the PR guys. They claimed that they didn't know what was, but which could be true because they're not engineers. Only the engineers actually know what's in the nitty gritty, what's a raw cut. Plus they don't disclose all of those completely, because if they disclose every technical aspect of it, AMD will just copy it. So there's secrets that has to be kept for those. That's why their engineers are not just openly stating what's underneath all of that.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's obviously they didn't want to ruin the Black Friday and the Christmas sales before that. So it's also convenient that it happened after all of that. That those are the big sales seasons.
Now the 980 didn't have this problem, did it?
No, the 970.
The 970 did.
Which would be the market where most people were going to go anyway, either the 960 or 970.
Yeah, I think they sell more of the 970 because it was like what? How much is it? 350?
Yeah.
600 or 500?
No. The 980s are in the 600 range, so I think the 970 was right 354 range.
Yeah, so that's definitely a lot more affordable. That's what the claim was, because that was also the claim for 670 and 770. You basically get a lot of the features that were on the 980 or the 680 or 780 before that for a lot less price, including the 4 gigabyte memory, which could have been just a copy and paste thing on their part in the PR. I have to dig up my old reviewer's guide to verify, but I won't do that. I'm tired of seeing this issue already. Just because there's nothing else going on at the video card front that I think. Plus, also, I think we expect this from other but companies like NVIDIA and Intel, I think we've worked with them before. If you work with Intel and NVIDIA, you know they're on top of their game. This is something that they're never going to miss. So it's kind of doubtful that they didn't know about what the exact specs of their stuff, because I think they're the kind of company that is on top of everything. It is kind of like a backhanded compliment.
I think they rationalized. They knew that they had 3.5 gig, but from a mathematical standpoint, it was 4 gigs. So which sounds better from a marketing standpoint, 3.5 or 4 gigs? Well, let's do 4 gigs. We'll throw that out there. We'll get it out there for the shopping season, and then all of a sudden it kind of goes, oops.
Yeah,
well, okay. It's actually 3.5, but it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that was Jensen's spin on it. Was that this was actually going to be 3.5, but we wanted to give you guys more, but then it doesn't really make sense because that's what they've been doing for the last 777 second tier release. Because why would they suddenly make it at 3.5 when the 770 wasn't, and the compared to the 780 and the 680? Again, this is half. It's the same as for these investors and half for the consumer. So that's that kind of the problem. And if you're a CEO, you have to kind of balance all these. So I understand the difficulty of his position.
Right, Tom, what were you going to say?
Oh, it's 4 gigs. It's just the last 500 megs is slower access than the rest.
Yeah.
It has to share. Essentially, it has to share a path. That last 500 megs has to share a path with other things. Yeah. So it's not as fast as the other 3.5 gigs.
Yeah, like I was saying previously, because this is not the first time they had an asymmetrical design. The 660 Ti was the same. The memory chips in the back, it's not really a 192-bit. It's a 128-bit plus 64-bit. The other thing is on a 64-bit path, now it's 128. So it's asymmetrical, similarly the same thing. The last, so in this case, the first 3.5 are separate from the remaining 512 megabyte, and it's a lot slower if you start accessing those.
Yeah, 4 gigabytes sounds a lot better than 3.5 or 3.6 or 3.7 or whatever else. It seemed like when you go buy your gas, it's $2.99. Sounds great, but if they were to say $3, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm going to go somewhere else. Even though gas is $2.99 and 9/10 of a cent.
Yeah.
Right. So only 1/10 of a cent under $3, but it sure does sound better than when you say $3.
Especially when you start factoring in 4K gaming.
Yeah.
That extra 500 megs is a big deal.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But hey, you know what? Shit happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Go on. And NVIDIA's making it right. I'm sure they probably got with somebody, maybe with Amazon, or even Amazon went, hello, we're losing some money here. You need to pay us some money.
Yeah, I wonder how much Amazon is losing money, but they're definitely they're coming up. They're getting a good reputation from this. Mm-hmm. They're the only ones who are really coming out positive in here in terms of reputation out of all the other vendors and all the other companies.
I'm sure there was a phone call saying to NVIDIA, excuse us, but we're having to refund a lot of money, and it's getting into our profits. And
well, Amazon's also like a lot bigger, right?
If they wanted to be hard-ass, they could say, hey, guess what? We're no longer going to sell any NVIDIA products on Amazon.
You know what? There was a problem.
I don't think so, but there could be a threat.
5 or maybe 6 years ago. It had to do with NVIDIA chipsets and and how they were overheating and they weren't properly thermally evaluated and ended up causing a whole lot of short lifespan issues and stuff like that.
It was in laptops, right?
Yes, it wasn't just laptops. It wasn't just laptops. It actually did make its way into some of the
Enforce chipsets on the motherboards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that was before my time. But I remember that.
Yeah, there was a large
I only started
investigative expose article about that, and my guess is if NVIDIA wanted to maintain good ties with Amazon, they could pay Amazon back what they got shortchanged by their faux pas, so to speak. They've been known to do it before. They helped out the OEMs, Compaq, Dell, HP, in this particular issue back then.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely
They can step up and do what's right.
I remember that issue. We used to have to install metal shims between the cooler and the chip. That was when I was at Fry's.
No super glue involved?
No, that's when I got shocked by the iMac. I turned the corner to get my toolkit, and the other tech turned on the iMac, and I wasn't paying attention, and zip. And as I fell to the ground, I grabbed a hard drive. I don't know why, but it's all on film.
Of course it would be.
Well, here's the funny part. I get taken in for questioning because it's like, okay, an incident just happened, and you can tell I'm just like out of it. I just got shocked, and the chick asked me, "Joe, how are you feeling?" Normally, I'm a pretty happy guy, but at this instant, I just looked at her. I feel like I just got fondled by Pikachu. How are you feeling? It was not the time to ask me dumb questions.
His brain was overclocked. Joe
wasn't
had
that
exceeded
big
his
power
TDP
supply.
recommended daily allowance.
I like capacitors now.
And that's why we keep Joe around right there.
Ironically, I now love power supplies.
Ooh. Well, okay, guys. Well, I think we've covered a whole lot of material here on the podcast. You know, just to reiterate to everybody, kind of as a rehash, QuakeCon registration basically happens for the whole month of March, but it happens in 4 rounds if you're wanting to be in the BYOC. And if you're wanting to be in the modding contest and a member of the U.S. Case Modding Championship, the first official U.S. Case Modding Championship, you have to have a seat in the BYOC. You have to have a seat in the BYOC. We cannot stress that enough. Competition is contingent upon you having a seat. You can't show up outside and say, hey, I want to be part of the modding competition. It don't work that way. Plus, being that this is the 20th anniversary of the case modding, or of the QuakeCon LAN, it is going to be huge. It is going to be crazy. I can promise you Tim's probably going to pull out all the stops. It's going to be nuts. So this is not something you really want to miss for lots of reasons. Also coming up in March, we're going to be having the Modders Inc. Birthday anniversary. Is that
How old
correct?
are we now? Dwayne, how old are we?
How old am I or the site?
The site. I think everyone knows you're 29.
Yes, 29 and holding.
Yep.
29 and 1/4.
I mean, at least I had a full set of hair, right? No gray.
There we go.
That's because me and Craig have too much testosterone.
Yeah.
Actually, I like to say I've got the hairline of a guy that's 6'4". It's like a tree line. There's just no oxygen past 6'4".
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
So how old are we going to be, Dwayne?
The site is going to be 9 years old, believe it or not.
9 years.
9 years old. Started off as just kind of like a hobby site, you know, and then it stayed like that for a couple of years, and it's progressively getting a little better and better and better. And now we've got a great team with all the guys on board, and it's going to be I think like a rebirth, like from last year and this year. So overall, we're 9 years old, but I think in dog years we're like 1.
Okay, so that being said, Ron, do you have any information in regards to what's going to be going on as we celebrate this 9 year?
I don't know yet, but it's definitely going to be a giveaway. It's
Oh,
going to be a giveaway. I think we have a lot already, right? But we're still working on a whole bunch more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
International giveaway, and I think the plan was in our plan going to be a giveaway all the way until QuakeCon. So that's pretty much how many weeks is that?
So.
And the final thing for QuakeCon is you get the room with Ron. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a privilege.
But then again, all those poor people are not going to be able to make it there. So.
Well, they will if they don't have to pay for a room.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll go with Ron. First one.
Yeah, we were going to call it like the road to QuakeCon, but maybe we'll call it the road to Ron.
Oh my.
Oh, no. Nah, you're already pimping me out.
Yeah, we got to make money somehow.
$10 you can rub his head.
But yeah, we're definitely planning some giveaways and stuff. I'm not going to give out any information because you're going to have to come and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be on the site probably and on Facebook. So we're going to do some of this and some of that, and definitely trying to get everybody involved. And we need everybody's participation and help. So the more you help, probably the better it's going to be.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
we got some good stuff to give away.
It will be a social media-based giveaway, so sign up for all the social media stuff.
Yeah,
YouTube, Facebook,
Twitter,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Well, let's
Awesome
face it.
stuff.
That's what other sites are doing as well. So we're not gonna pretend that it's just to give back to everyone. It's also to build up what we have here, so we can give back to you guys. How else are we going to?
Right. A stronger media presence allows us to have a stronger say in some of our sponsorships.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
So all the help you guys can give us means we can give you guys back more, because this is what we do it for. We do it for you. That's in a nutshell what we do. So coming up on the end of podcast number 29 for February 2015, that you can get these podcasts on the moddersinc.com website. Tonight you've had Ron up in the Great White North. You've had Joe, who silently came romping in with his super glue. Tom, who is still on that 1 frame per second camera.
But look at that frame. I mean, it's just
He's got that glamour shot.
Stellar, man. It's
I
awesome.
know.
He's got that MySpace angle going too.
Yeah, which mall did you get that picture taken at?
That was Ron's request for, hey, I need selfies, guys.
Is that what it was? That's a hell of a selfie.
I know. That looks like it looks
Well,
like.
they put out specific requirements. I'm like, okay, fine.
Here.
What bathroom did he take that in?
Yeah, it looks like he's
The one at the mall. I had to crop the toilet out, sorry.
Not following that one up. Dewayne in the wonderful, quiet state of Arizona.
Gotta love it.
Leading the charge for Modders Inc. and the U.S. Case Modding Competition. So thank you very much, Dewayne, for boldly going out there and setting that up. We look forward to following you on that. And then,
We're going to do it, and like Craig said earlier, it's all about you guys. That's why we do this stuff. We don't get anything out of this, guys. We don't, except for we enjoy doing it. We like doing it. We like to see the participation, and we are right there with you guys because we do what you guys do. So This is why we do it.
right. Let us help you help you. And on that note, this is Craig with Modders Inc. signing off for the evening. Hope you all have enjoyed the podcast, and come back again soon. We might super glue you to the chair.